Hi dear friends and subscribers, I'm welcoming you to this cricket happening show today with the news that New Zealand have actually really surprised everybody by wrapping up this Pakistan innings pretty quickly. In fact, on the fourth day itself at the Sharjah cricket ground, the match is all over with New Zealand having levelled the series at 1-1 when they had a crushing innings and 80 runs victory over Pakistan. The only saving grace for New Zealand actually, and today it was one more day of a lot of records actually tumbling because one is New Zealand went on to the highest score in Test cricket. The last year, one would remember that against India, they had the highest score of 680 when they declared, but today they were 690 all out. So this is the highest score in Test cricket for New Zealand, and well, it was only fitting that they went on to a crushing innings and 80 runs victory over Pakistan. And the other thing is that Mark Craig went on to finish with figures of 10 wickets in the match in his very short Test career, which is really very encouraging. And also for Pakistan, the only one shining light was there, and that was Asad Shafiq getting on to his fourth Test century in fine style by really taking a cue from Brendan McCullum's book and attacking the New Zealand bowling and putting them to all parts of the ground with his 137 with 18 fours and 6 sixes. Other than that, the record is that is one record which was broken, 690. And as I said, this was and another record was set is 35 sixes were hit in this whole Test match, and that is also a sort of a record. 35 sixes in a single Test, which is absolutely something phenomenal. 35 sixes, can you imagine, in a Test match? So that's what it was all about. But as I said, the match probably got a bit earlier because one probably expected Pakistan to do some resistance, but unfortunately that was not the case. So let's have a look at the story here at the Sharjah cricket ground and see what really happened. Well, it was New Zealand actually starting off in their overnight score, and Mark Craig was there in the middle, and Ish Sodhi was there. Ish Sodhi also resisted the Pakistani bowlers, as he has already shown that he has the ability to bat. And Mark Craig, well, he went on merrily. In fact, there was a bit of an aggression in him today as he went on to score 65, and he also got to his second Test 50 in fine style by lofting a 6 as he scored 65 of 85 balls with 2 fours and 3 sixes. Ish Sodhi made 22 of 43 balls with 1 4 and 1 6 before becoming a victim of Yasir Shah, and Mark Craig himself was a victim of Mohammad Hafiz for 65, and Trent Boult was not out on not, and that was it for New Zealand. New Zealand, as I said, went on to their highest ever score in their Test cricket history as they made 690 all out. So that was a big lead for New Zealand. If you look at the lead, let me see how much it is. It is almost a 329 run lead for New Zealand, which was a very big lead. Let's have a look at the bowling figures. Well, I'm not going to really go into it, but let's look at Yasir Shah. Yasir Shah, 44.1 overs, 4 maidens, 193 runs and 4 wickets for Yasir Shah, 2 for 110 for Mohammad Hafiz, and 4 wickets for Rahat Ali, who was the best bowler in this New Zealand innings amidst all the big hitting that was going on from the New Zealand batsmen. As I said, so Pakistan definitely under pressure, but probably one was thinking that still the pitch was not, as you know, we have seen that the New Zealand batsmen were playing well, and the pitch definitely didn't have any any gremlins there to really worry the Pakistanis, and especially considering that Pakistan batsmen are in some good form. But really one thought that probably the spinners would be the one who would be probably giving a sort of headache to Pakistan, but something different happened today. Shan Masood started off in a very fine fashion by creaming 2 boundaries, but then it was Trent Boult who came in and picked up 3 wickets in pretty quick time, as he first came in and provided them the breakthrough when Shan Masood was gone, caught by Tim Southee off the bowling with a beautiful ball that actually moved out, and Shan Masood was gone, caught by Southee on the bowling of Boult for 4. Trent Bolt really got into his zone, and Trent Bolt, we know he has lots of pace and he can really surprise the batsman. And after that, Azhar Ali, what a beautiful delivery it was. Probably it was a sort of a change of the line by Trent Bolt. Trent Bolt decided that he's going to go round the wicket. He went round the wicket to Azhar Ali. The ball probably was shaping outside, but at the last moment there was some late in swing from Trent Bolt, and Azhar Ali was really crestfallen to see his off stump pegged back. So that was Azhar Ali gone into the pavilion, bowled by Bolt for 6. Younis Khan, the form man, the big form man, came into bat, and amidst a lot of cheers from the spectators. But Younis Khan, let me tell you, he collected a golden duck. The very first delivery that he faced, this was another beautiful delivery from Trent Bolt which defeated Younis Khan. Younis Khan was totally gone as Trent Bolt got a ball which really swung in and went on to wrap Younis Khan on the pads, and up went the umpire's finger. Younis Khan gone for a golden duck, LBW, and that is something. This has been something, a sort of a rarity as far as Younis Khan is concerned. You rarely saw Younis Khan succumb so cheaply, but today he was gone for a golden ball duck, and Trent Bolt had dealt all the early blows to really pinch the Pakistani innings at 24 for 3, and after that Mohammad Hafiz, under the pressure that Trent Bolt was bowling, he succumbed there as he went to actually drive Craig through the covers. In fact, but he tried, but unfortunately for him, the ball was spooned up to Mark Craig, the red-arm off spinner, who took the catch gleefully, and there were more trouble for Pakistan when the score reached 36 for 4, with Mohammad Hafiz caught and bowled by Mark Craig for 24 with 5 boundaries. So suddenly for Pakistan, 329 runs, New Zealand had taken lead, and suddenly Pakistan were in deep trouble. And then there were more misery for Pakistan as the captain Misbah-ul-Haq was sent back to the pavilion this time by Mark Craig, as Misbah-ul-Haq was caught by BJ Watling behind the stumps for 12 with 1-4, and half the Pakistani side were sitting in the pavilion at 63 for 5. And after that, Asad Shafiq and Sarfraz Ahmed realized that there is no point in pottering there, and they decided that they are going to go on the attack, and that's what they precisely did, because from there on it was a partnership of 70 odd runs between Sarfraz Ahmed and Asad Shafiq. Sarfraz Ahmed was the one who started it all by sweeping the spinners and also lofting the spinners for boundaries, and Asad Shafiq also took the cue from Sarfraz Ahmed, and he also started slamming the bowlers for boundaries, and suddenly the runs were flowing in for Pakistan, but only as much as the score reached 136 when the 6th wicket fell for Pakistan, when Sarfraz Ahmed, who was playing in attacking style, was a victim of the bowling of Sodhi. He was caught by Taylor of the bowling of Sodhi for 37 with 6 fours, which made the score 136 for 6. Asad Shafiq was there at the other end, and Asad Shafiq at the other end was watching as Yasir Shah was claimed LBW bowled Sodhi for 10 with 1-4 and 1-6, and Mohammad Tala was a victim of Daniel Vettori, as Daniel Vettori had him LBW for 19 with 3 4s and 1-6, and that was the time. The score was 180 for 8, and probably one thought that the Pakistani, probably it was going to come to an end right now with the score reading 180 for 8, but Asad Shafiq was at the crease and he was joined in by Rahat Ali. Luckily for Asad Shafiq, he realized that there is no point now in just trying to nurdle the runs, and it is best to do something what Brendan McCullum and the New Zealand team did, and that is what Asad Shafiq did. And Asad Shafiq, I think, would have surprised the New Zealanders by playing some real attacking batting as he went on smiting 4s and 6s at will. He was really into his element. He was slamming. He also went to the extent of actually hitting Trent Bolt for a 6. Mark Craig was hit for a 6. Then he turned his attention to East Sodhi when lofting him for a 6. And suddenly Asad Shafiq, as you know, Asad Shafiq is a very, very good stroke maker, as you know. I've always looked at Asad Shafiq as a player for Pakistan, who almost like how Umar Akmal, who now no longer is in the Pakistan team, the way he came, I always had a feeling that Asad Shafiq is someone in the mold of Umar Akmal, but only one hopes that Asad Shafiq continues his consistency, and he has been consistent, let me tell you that. And today he showed his full colours by playing some very, very beautiful strokes, some pleasing strokes, and he went on to really delay the inevitable for New Zealand, as he went on to score 137, his 4th Test century, as he made 137 with 18 fours and 6 sixes, and that partnership between Rahat Ali was also keeping the bowlers at bay by just defending well, and the score reached, it was a 78-run partnership, but the majority of the runs was scored by Asad Shafiq, no doubt about it, as he went on hitting fours and sixes as well, and the score reached 258, 80. In fact, they had put on 78 runs for that partnership for the 9th wicket, and that was the time Asad Shafiq, after doing all the good work, and he did as much as he can, but when once that was done, Trent Boult once again came back and knocked off Asad Shafiq, as he was caught by Craig of the bowling of Boult for 137. Rahat, in fact, it was after that, once Asad Shafiq was gone, it was the end was really near, as Rahat Ali was gone, as he was caught by McCullum, and it was only fitting that Brendan McCullum, the captain, took the catch, because he was the man who took this match away from Pakistan with that blitzkrieg knock that he played in the Test match of a double century, and he was the one who took the catch to bring this Test match to an end, as Rahat Ali was gone. Caught McCullum bowled Craig for 6 with 1 boundary. Zulfikar Babar was not out on not, and Pakistan were all out for 259, thus New Zealand registering an innings and 80 runs victory over Pakistan. And finally, one could say the run of Pakistani victory, starting with Australia and then against New Zealand, was finally stopped by New Zealand, as New Zealand took a real aggressive approach to this particular Test match, and Brendan McCullum was the man who really led the charge, as Pakistan were all out for 259, and that was the end of it. And also it enabled Brendan McCullum, the New Zealand team, to actually level the series with Pakistan in this 3-Test series 1-1. Tremendous effort from New Zealand. I thought they have really come back from behind and really hurt the Pakistanis. Look at the bowling. As I said, Trent Boult was the one who really surprised everybody today with his mix of bowling, and suddenly he was absolutely a changed bowler. Trent Boult came in 15 overs, 6 maidens, 38 runs and 4 wickets. He was the one who picked up the top half of the Pakistani batting lineup, and then went on to pick up the very important wicket of Asad Shafiq to complete the formalities. Tim Southee, 11 overs, 3 minutes, none for 20. Mark Craig, as I said, his first 10-wicket haul in a Test match, and well, the player of the match has gone to Mark Craig. Mark Craig, I was a bit surprised there. Probably Brendan McCullum, but Mark Craig, probably it was a match-winning performance, and this is first 10-wicket bag in Test cricket. Probably the adjudicators decided to give it to him. I think he truly deserved it. Mark Craig, 20.3 overs, 2 maidens, 109 runs and 3 wickets, especially considering that Pakistanis are good players of spin. As you know, all the subcontinent players are very good players of spin. So considering that, probably that was the consideration that was taken, and finally Mark Craig got the nod, as he bowled 20.3 overs, 2 maidens, 109 runs and 3 wickets, and also returned his first 10-wicket bag in his Test career, 3 for 109, his second innings analysis. Daniel Vettori, 5 overs, 2 maidens, 8 runs, 1 wicket. And East Sodhi, 12 overs, no maiden, 2 for 82. In fact, probably one thought Daniel Vettori had played his last, but Daniel Vettori has come out saying that no, it was something that he still would be waiting to actually announce his retirement. And the 3-match series was drawn 1-1. Mark Craig of New Zealand, player of the match and player of the series, going to Mohammad Hafiz. So that is as far as so the test series is over, and the focus is going to be shifting on to the T20s and one-day internationals, which would be starting. The first would be the T20s and then the ODIs. Now, one thing that I would like to talk about here, and that would give a lot of joy to the Pakistani supporters, and that is that Younis Khan, as you would remember, was dropped from the one-day squad, as you would remember, and Younis Khan came out strongly, lashed out at the Pakistani selectors, and after that he came to the Test matches, made a big statement by racking up runs like anything. He got 717 runs in 5 Test matches that he played, and that has really forced the Pakistani selectors to go and pick him for the first 2 one-day internationals against New Zealand. Not only that, one more thing, and I'm very happy for Younis Khan, because I feel that Younis Khan, with his experience, should definitely be a part of World Cup for Pakistan, because I think he has shown he is in form, and he can also play aggressively, and I think all his experience will be something which would be very much needed when Pakistan would be going on into the World Cup 2015. Now, just looking at the squad that has been selected, but one surprising, in fact, the first two ODIs, the one-day squad, that is Mohammad Hafiz, Ahmed Shahzad, Asad Shafiq, Bilal Bhatti comes in, the all-rounder, Haris Sohail, who is a talented player, Misbah-ul-Haq, the captain, Mohammad Irfan, Nasir Jamshed. Nasir Jamshed is back. Now, Nasir Jamshed, I'm told he has come at the expense of Fawad Alam. Now, Fawad Alam, I mean, this was something which was probably a bit surprising for me. I mean, does not know what was the thinking behind it, because Fawad Alam has scored a lot of runs. In fact, he has been the second highest ODI run getter in 2014 at an average of 77. And I thought Fawad Alam has been a sort of a real crisis man. Whenever he comes in and the chips are down for Pakistan, he comes in and plays a very good knock. And I'm a bit surprised that Fawad Alam has been left out of this one-day squad. But that is what it is. Shahid Afridi, Tanveer, Umar Akmal, Umar Gul is back. Wahab Riaz, Younis Khan. Younis Khan, I'm very, very happy for Younis Khan. He totally deserved it. He forced the selectors from Pakistan to actually select him and put him into the team. And Younis Khan, according to me, has made a real statement here by getting into the one-day international mix of things for Pakistan. And it only augurs well for Pakistan going into the World Cup 2015. As far as the T20 squad is concerned, T20 squad, we have a lot of new faces: Ahmed Shahzad, Anwar Ali, Mohammad Hafiz, Haris Sohail, Mohammad Irfan, Awiyaz Zia is a very exciting stroke maker, Raza Hassan, a very good spinner, Saad Naseem, who played very well against Australia, I thought, in the T20 matches. Sarfraz Ahmed, the wicket-keeper, Shahid Afridi, the captain, who would be leading the T20 squad, Sohail Tanveer, Umar Akmal, Umar Gul, and Wahab Riaz. So Umar Gul is back. So that is the best thing to happen for Pakistan, because Umar Gul, as you know, is a very good T20 specialist. So he has come back into both the one-day internationals and the T20, and that is going to really, I would say, strengthen this Pakistan unit. Umar Akmal is back in the T20s and ODIs as well. So that is the news as far as the selection is concerned. So now the focus will be shifting on in the United Arab Emirates to the one-day internationals and the T20s that would be coming up. So from here, I'm going to briefly end my cricket show by saying that tomorrow Bangladesh, who have already got a clean sweep in the Test series and in Zimbabwe, are going to be playing the final one-day international match. They are already 4-zip right now, and tomorrow when they meet Zimbabwe, it would be they would be having a scoreline of 5-0. So they would have done something which probably they have not done in the past, whereby they would have beaten the opposition team in the Test matches and the one-day matches absolutely hollow, 10-0, because 5 in the Test matches and 5 in one-day internationals. For Zimbabwe, well, before they fly back home, what they need to really do is to see whether they can at least get one win under the belt and stop these marauding Bangladeshis from running over them. So that's going to be very, very important. And for Zimbabwe, as I said, it has been a very, very good, even though they have lost, they have some very good things happening for them. Solomon Meyer, I'm told, by Hamilton Masakaja made a statement today saying that Solomon Meyer had actually played cricket in Australia, and Solomon Meyer, it's very good, it's really, for me, he looks to be a genuine all-rounder. He bowls medium pace. We saw he can also tonk the ball a bit, and also he can play the waiting game, and he looks to be a genuine all-rounder. He has already got, if I'm not wrong, he has got his maiden 50 in one-day internationals. So Solomon Meyer looks to be a very good prospect. There are some very good things that Zimbabwe will be able to take. Well, I'm not going to really dwell into that today. Probably tomorrow might be the day to dwell into that. Well, dear fan subscribers, once again, thanks for your tremendous cooperation to this show and your continued support to your favorite cricket show, The Cricket Happenings. Your host Ram would like to take leave now, but promising you that I will be back with the match report on the 5th and final one-day international, which is coming up between between Bangladesh and Zimbabwe, and we will see whether the Zimbabweans can stop Bangladesh from doing a clean sweep of the series. Until then, it's goodbye for the day. Thank you.